I'm here with Dixie.
Hey there,
Hi, Dixie.
How's everything?
Good, good.
Oh my Lord.
I love the way. I love the festiveness.
It is the holidays, so I had to put on my ugly Christmas sweater, which I don't know why the ugly Christmas sweater became a thing, but now because we used to make fun of people because they're, oh, your sweater's so ugly, but now everybody goes and buys them. But I got one better. I did an ugly Christmas sweater, and it's got a cup holder in it.
You know, but here's what I like about you. And I have to say this: have you ever seen the Saturday Night Live skit with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson when he plays Bambi?
No, I haven't.
And he's like a very aggressive Bambi. He like hunts the hunters. And I love your sweater because you have a reindeer, but your reindeer has some camouflage.
Say that's what we do. And then the whole thing is lined in camouflage because you don't want to see that there's a cup in there in case you're drinking and driving or whatever.
I always say, I don't know if Bugs would have missed if he'd have had the gun instead of Elmer. Now, tell us about, because you're going to be here for a while.
I'm here for a while. I'm here all the way to January 7th. I'm 6 weeks total. So I'm in the thick of it right now, right before holidays, and I go right through the new year and everything. I'm so excited. Well, and this is my fifth time back. I actually started the entire tour here in 2008, all them years ago, and then they keep calling me back, and they're like, hey, you want to come back? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come back. So, they've had me at the holidays here 3 different times now, because apparently during the holidays, nothing says ho, ho, ho like me.
Well, I tell you, and it's funny because today is December 14th, which is a special day for me. And January 7th, when you mentioned that day, I nearly went in the shot because I got married in a hot air balloon, crashed.
Stop.
Then the marriage crashed.
What?
And then I found out on the way from California she had killed somebody, which is why she was in Iowa. But you are here because of Dixie's Tupperware.
That's a huge story.
It was actually the biggest story. And the first time I saw you, we had just finished with some of the stuff, and it was an interesting show because sometimes you talk to people in the audience. But Dixie's Tupperware.
Yes.
How did Dixie's Tupperware party start?
You know what? It's a long, arduous story. No, I was getting out of prison, and my parole officer, she said, you need a job in order to get your kids back. And I said, I don't want them to get them back. They make you take them back. I think it's a flaw in the legal system, but they make you take your kids back, and so then you got to feed them or whatever.
Because it's not like you can sell them anymore.
No, apparently they frown on that. You're also not allowed to.
You can't even work them.
You can't put a kid in a box, poke holes in it, and ship it out FedEx. They don't let you. Do you know I sold one recently, and I went to the post office to mail it, and they said no. I said, but somebody bought it on Etsy, and they're like, not even then. I put a bow on it. I combed her hair, made it all. They don't. And you can't even wrap it in bubble wrap. I'm like, it's protected. I don't need to get extra insurance. They said no.
And the kid would have fun, and they're popping the bubble wrap.
Popping that bubble wrap, trying to like gasp for air, whatever. It's nice because but they don't let you do that now, which is a shame. So I had to take mine back, and then so my parole officer, she said, you need to do something that's going to make you some money. And I said, well, I know that I'm not really that flexible, but I can do a thing with a pole that's pretty great. She said, do something more legitimate. And I said, okay, what do you suggest? She had a little Tupperware bowl that I loved on her desk. It was a little candy dish, and I always loved that bowl. And she said, you know what? You should be a Tupperware lady. She gave me that bowl as a parting gift kind of thing on my last parole hearing, and she's like, you should be a Tupperware lady. I said, shut up, I don't even do it. And then I did my first party, and I was clunky, I didn't remember all this stuff, but they gave me free drinks at the party because the host was being nice, and I was like, wait, I'm working and I'm getting drink for free. I said, that's a job I'm going to keep forever. So I started doing Tupperware then. That was back in 2001, and then in 2002, I went to the Jubilee, the National Convention, and I saw all these ladies getting recognized being on stage and everything, being cheered on. I said, I want that. I want to get up on that stage. I want people clapping. I want to learn stuff about like all that, and I want to become one of the top sellers in the country. So I made that my goal.
But I have to ask you this question.
Tell me.
Why not Mary Kay? Because she could get a pink Cadillac from there.
You know what? It was just one of them things. If she had Mary Kay sitting on her desk, maybe I would have. It's because she's lesbian, so she didn't have no makeup on, but she had the candy bowl. So I said, that's probably makes sense. So then that's why I ended up going with Tupperware. And it's just a luck of the draw. And it ended up being so fun. I ended up becoming one of the top sellers in the country. And I was doing parties in people's living rooms and everything. And a friend of mine said, you should do this as a program on a stage because it's so funny and everybody will and having a good time. And I said, what are you talking about? So we put it together. We took it to a little theater festival in New York called the New York International Fringe Festival. That got a lot of attention. That led to a couple years later to a run off Broadway, which got even more attention. And then that's what launched the tour. And then the tour started. We thought we'd get
here.
It started here, and we thought maybe we'd get a year or two out of it. We're in our 10th year on the road. I've been to 5 different countries.
Now, let me ask you
countries
this.
I didn't even know how food.
it probably didn't start in Des Moines in the winter. So what's the anniversary?
I started in September. It was
I
my-
figured you didn't start it in December, because
No.
if you'd have started in December, you might not have come back.
I would have said this is crap, and I gotta go.
Because it gets
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, it's cold, and sometimes I have to bring my big furry muff with me when I'm here in Des Moines because it's so chilly, and I need to stick my hands in my muff. But but it's a little bit milder this Christmas than it normally has been. Normally it's real chilly here, but except for the wind that's just been whipping my hair around like a crazy person, most of the time it's been kind of warm here this time. And I said, that's nice. I can wear a skirt that's a little bit shorter and look a little bit more dainty and everything, instead of wearing the big bundle of stuff with all the stuff around my head and scarves and everything. I don't know what I'm gonna do this time because it's warm enough. I like it. But no, you know what? It's fun to come here because everybody's so neighborly to me, rubbing up on my leg, being real nice to me, and so they keep me warm with all their smiles and compliments and everything.
Well, that's a really good thing. Now, this is a real Tupperware party.
It is.
Your show.
It is. Everybody gets a catalog and an order form, and then I'm going to demonstrate all the great stuff, and then at the end, if you want to, you can come out and you can buy stuff actually here and take it with you, and then you maybe have some holiday gifts for you already. You maybe have some other stuff ready for you to go, and you can use it at your parties that you're going to have your holiday parties that are coming up. But you don't got to buy it if you don't want it. You don't. But even if you don't buy it, you're going to come. You're going to have a good time. You're going to laugh. You're going to giggle. And that's the fun thing. I want everybody to have a good time and smile. And at the end of the party, I wrap it up with a little message. I want everybody to go out and be a little bit better and feel a little bit more like they're powerful and capable of doing stuff. Because the whole thing about Tupperware, which I love, is it started out as a product that they sold on store shelves and nobody bought it because nobody knew what it was. Because back in the day, in the late 40s when it came out, nobody knew what plastic was. It was brand new. So nobody had this idea of this thing. What do you do with this bowl with this lid on it? And it was a completely new concept. So it took this woman named Brownie Wise who got a set of bowls as a gift, and she said, these are amazing, but you got to demonstrate them. You can't just look at them on a shelf and understand. You got to demonstrate how to use them. She said, if I figure out a way to take these and show them to people and show them how to use them and get them excited about it, maybe I can sell some. So she ended up selling a ton of them. The head of Tupperware, Earl Tupper, found her. She was selling so much that he said, I want to do what you're doing. He pulled everything off store shelves and made her vice president of the company of Tupperware Home Parties, they called it. And then she created all the parties. And from that, every direct selling company in the world modeled itself after what Tupperware started. And so what I love about it is there's this great history of women who went and did these parties and made money and did things. And after the war effort, after Rosie the River had kind of been thrown back into the kitchen, it gave these women a way to come back and start making money and doing their own thing again, making their own money, doing their own jobs, being bigger members of their family and community and everything. And I love that story. So I wrap that up and sort of make it as a call to action to people that are coming to see the show to say, go out and do stuff yourself and pull yourself up for your bootstraps and see what you're proving to yourself that you can do. So that's what's fun about it.
Well, the great thing about Tupperware is that I was able to put the roast I cooked the other day in a Tupperware bowl versus not being able to put it in an Avon bottle or a Mary Kay something.
That's true, because then it would taste like perfume or hand lotion or whatever.
Worse, it would poison people.
No, we don't want that. We don't want
People.
that.
So there are some interesting things that I want to ask you about that are on this table.
Tell me.
Now, I am going to, and it is real because I'm going to, before I leave, buy something that is going to be perfect for my daughter who just moved into her own apartment.
See that.
But one of the favorite ones, and I'm seeing it up close now, is the cake holding, Jello shot holding.
Amen. Yes.
Tupperware.
This is our rectangular
So-
cake taker, and I love it
so-
because you can take the lid off and you put 18 cupcakes in it, and then you can take it somewhere like the PTA meeting.
Cupcakes.
Yeah, or flip it over.
Or
A whole sheet cake for fit on it, or a Yule log, or whatever you're gonna do, or 34 Jello shots. When you're going to church,
There you
you
go.
can put Jello shots on here, and that way, if you're feeling parched, you're feeling a little, or maybe you've heard that sermon before, you're like, I know
Or
how
you're
this one
diabetic.
ends, or you're diabetic and you just need to be sick on something, you can put Jello shots in here. And how nice is it gonna be at the holidays when you're in church and you're like, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, have a Jello shot, and get off my lawn. And it's the nicest thing to do.
Well, I will say this. I think that if people actually were able to do Jello shots under those circumstances, they might not just tip. They might actually start tithing.
See how they do?
I'm just
If they
saying.
get junking up, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna give Jesus.
I went to
all
a
my 10%
Jesuit
of what-"
school, so I can say this. I'm very ecumenical. I was raised Methodist, became a Baptist and I went to a Jesuit school.
My Lord, that's every religion all together.
But I think one of the reasons why there's so much aggressive giving within the Catholic Church is because they can drink.
Oh, amen.
So Jello shots.
You know,
when that was her idea, Jello shots at church, not mine.
When you turn water into wine,
I don't want anybody getting mad at me.
No, this one is an angel sent straight from baby Jesus above. I was the one who said, let's stick some Jello shots in our mouth and go and sing praise Jesus. Oh, so that's what's so great.
So this was great. I saw that on stage and I thought, if I didn't have to stop eating cake, I might have got that.
See that? He has to stop eating cake. Do you believe it? What a sad, sad story.
It is sad.
You can put anything in your mouth and pretend it's cake, though. It's nice, right? It's true. Look.
There was a cup that you had.
Oh, honey. These are, not only are these great from a cup holder, but they're amazing because they come with a little seal on it, and the seal has this little silicone gasket, so when you stick in the straw, you can stick it in, and then you can suck on it, and then you can pull out, and it seals up. And then also, just even with that in, let's say you're driving and you hit a gopher or whatever, and then if your drink spills, you don't got to worry about it spilling all over the place. So all you got to do is clean the gopher out of the
We have gophers in Iowa. I know we have raccoons.
I don't know what y'all have here. I'm not from here originally. I'm from somewhere else. I'm from down south. I'm from Mobile, so we got gophers down there. We got all kinds of things down there. We got wildlife jumping up on the road when you're driving.
Well, I'm not ever saying I ate roadkill, but I'm saying that when you have roadkill, I've never noticed a gopher, but I've noticed some raccoons.
You know what?
A couple of possums.
Who doesn't love a good possum? You barbecue that up, put in some ranch dressing on it. Honey, that's gonna be heaven. That's gonna be heaven when you're watching it.
I've never actually eaten a possum. But my folks are from the South, and I have had chicken feet.
Where about are your folks from?
Well, my dad's from Texas, and his folks are from Louisiana.
Okay.
And they make gumbo, and you throw everything in gumbo.
You throw everything in gumbo,
including chicken feet,
which
are remarkably delicious.
Of course, rubber chicken feet, they give them a great flavor. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, if you go down and you go to the South, I probably don't find it on the store shelves here, but if you go to the South, you'll find jars of chicken feet and pig snouts and stuff like that. I mean, come on.
Pickled pig's feet.
But yeah, you put all that stuff in your gumbo. Put it all. You use it for making your broth and your stew.
Scramble up some cow brains, and I'm not joking there.
They do.
You know how to cook it. It's delicious.
You suck the head off a crawdad that you find on the side of your dock. It's good.
I remember sitting with my uncle down in New Orleans, and he had a whole bunch of crawdads, and we sat there and ate them for him.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And the good thing about that back then was you didn't have to worry about being called obese. I was obese, but childhood obesity wasn't an issue back then.
Everybody's so judgy now. Look at how they do.
So what else is on the table?
Honey, there's some great crap. We have
What's
one of my favorite. Well, that's just a noisemaker from when I go, hey, we're doing a raffle. It's in the show. Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with Tupperware.
No, it doesn't. But this, you know what does?
How about this? Does this have anything to do with Tupperware?
That just gets me through each party, because sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But this is so fun. It's new because it's like the
I'm jealous of
classic
people
picture. Oh, it's good.
I've had to deal with most of the stuff I've dealt with sober.
I don't know how you do it, because most of the people I come across with, I couldn't deal with it if I'm sober. I got 3 kids. I don't like to deal with them. And when I'm I don't like to deal with them when I'm drunk either, but I got to do it because the law makes it or whatever. But yeah, what you want to do. You got to try to be neighborly as much as you can in this world.
Explain this picture.
This picture's like the classic one that your grandma had, but it's got this in it right now. What is
that?
It's so big it comes up and almost pokes you in the eye. It's a little infuser, so you can put stuff in it if you don't want your water to taste like water. So you can put stuff in it like lemons or limes or cucumber.
Oranges.
It's oranges. I put Matchbox cards in it if I want to have mineral water. So you can put any kind of thing in it, and then everything tastes delicious, and it's just so good, because sometimes your water might taste wrong. This now it's not gonna. That's what I like about it.
Well, I'm a pitcher person because I still drink Kool-Aid.
Say amen. You put your Kool-Aid in here, your Weilers back in the day. I always had the Weilers because it was cheaper than the Kool-Aid. So you get your Weilers and you put it in. It's so good. I'm telling you, you shake it up, you got yourself something to drink. And then you can take it out once you got this little cover on, you can take it out once you buy the gully. And then all the things that are swimming around and going in there, they won't get on inside. When you got like the 7-year locusts come in, they're not going to get in there. When you have katydids or whatever's going to end up in your hair, the lead bug or everything, they're not going to get in there. They get everything out of the cover on it. See, we're always thinking, when Tupperware makes stuff, they just say, how can I make it better than I did before? Well, they do. They're amazing. I can't tell you. What?
These bowls come in sets or they're individual?
These bowls come in a set, but you know what's amazing about them? That first, well, there's a couple things. First of all, lifetime warranty is going to keep anything happens to it, I'm going to replace things free of charge. Because sometimes people will break stuff and they go, oh no, what's going to happen? Well, if these things are practically indestructible, but if they do break, then I'm going to help it. Now, everybody's got a set of bowls from their grandmama from back in the day, the original Tupperware bowls, and they still last, they still go good, they functions 50, 60 years later. People talk about this all the time when they come to the show. Holy cow. Well, these things are even better because they are nestable, which means they fit inside each other. So you say, hey, where'd my bowl go?
So they're like those
Inside.
little Russian dolls?
Yes, they're like
That you
little
just keep
Russian dolls.
pulling them out?
You keep pulling one out of the other, and then when you store them like that, you go, oh my Lord, I don't got to store like 3 different bowls. You just store basically the size of one bowl. And some people are stupid and they forget that the other bowls are inside. So sometimes you might got to write a Post-it note and be like, hey hooker, look inside. There's the other ones here. Because people are dumb. But this way you're not going to be having to take all that space in your trailer to be able to put all this stuff in. You just put the one size bowl in because everything else is in the middle inside. You get it? Tell you, I was thinking.
No.
And people ask me all the time, they're like, what do I do with my seal? Because sometimes my seals get waylaid from my bowls or whatever. Well, if you put the seal on it, if you keep it on and put it on, they're going to be right there. I don't know why people got to separate them. Also you can use these as like little pedestals to put stuff on. So you can put all your seals and stack them up on it and then put these things on them like that. So you're not going to lose stuff. But people, that's why you got to go to Tupperware party and be learned about how to do all this stuff. You got to demonstrate it because otherwise people don't understand. I know, it's like a full-time job helping people with food storage.
Now, a couple other things that
Yes.
I definitely want to talk. This here, because this.
You know what? That is the very first piece of Tupperware I ever got. I actually got this at the party that I went to train at the first time. It's a grater, and you grate like this, and then it measures on the side. So it's got both American and metric measurements in case you want to make like foreign food, for example. But it's great because you can grate, it falls in there, and it measures all in one piece. Instead of having to grate stuff that falls out the back of the grater, then scoop it up with your hands and then put it in the measuring cup, then put it out there and put it in the bowl. This is wrong. You're gonna be touching too much stuff, and I don't want to touch too much. I like touching the things I like to touch, but I don't want to touch everything all the time because then your hands get all gummy, and then you're like, what am I gonna do with my gummy hands? Not the things that you would rather.
Well, I made lasagna the other day, so that would have been perfect.
You do your cheese
your block
in
of
there,
mozzarella.
and then you dump it out where you need it to be, and then it comes apart for easy cleaning, and then the handle goes down because I like when stuff is sticking up. You can't always put it away if it's sticking up, but if you smack it and it goes away, you can stick it anywhere. It's just nice, right? It's so smart. My very first party I had this, and it's kind of funny because it still lives on my table, and I talk about it all the time when I'm at the show. So this has come around with me for 16 years. Isn't that crazy? The can opener is one of the most amazing things in the world. Now you got to see it operated on the can.
You have to demonstrate this because the person in the first show couldn't operate.
Yeah, people are stupid, and not everybody can get this right away. You got to open up the handles, and you got to put it down, and the lip of the can goes between the two little dials, and so you do it on the top instead of on the side. You go all the way around, which is very simple, like you do with anything else, and then you take the little beak on it, and then cut that on the corner of the can, and then lift it off. It comes off like a split, and no sharp edges on the can of the seal.
And the good thing about that too, it can come in handy after April, because after April, if you haven't paid your power bill, Mid-America shuts it off, and your electric can opener's no good.
That is the thing. Let's say there's a storm blowing through, or you're poor, and your electric gets cut off. Well, then what are you going to do? If you need to eat food, you get one of these, and you can eat things in
hamburgers and pork and beans, wieners and pork and beans. You got all kind of options.
Yes.
Because of this, which you don't have if you have an electric can opener.
I'm here to
your
save
electricity's off.
That's what I do. I'm here to save people. People don't understand. So you get it. You're smart, right? And this is great because it doesn't come in contact with the
I've
contents
been
of
poor
food.
too.
I mean, haven't we all? Haven't we all? Look, but this doesn't come in contact with the contents of the can, so it doesn't get dirty. So that, and some people say, oh, I don't want all the little dog food stuff that I'm opening up, or the cat food. So I don't want to get that all mixed in with my people food. This doesn't cut into the can. It does it on the outside. So this way, you're not going to mix the two foods, the stuff that you don't want from the dog that it's eating, and the stuff that you want put in your mouth. You're not going to mix them together. See? I'm telling you, there's a smart solution for everything at Tupperware, and that's what I think what I love about it so much. Look. Oh, my Lord and Savior, my chip and dip bowl. My chip and dip party bowl. This thing is amazing because what it does, first of all, it's got the cover with the 3 compartments in it for your cheese cubes or shrimps, or whatever you got to put in the other, those little things that you get at the
We're from Iowa, so we get those little beef logs and sausage logs and chop them up.
I have had
to
a
go with the
sausage
cheese
log
and the crackers.
Yes, I get it. I would stick a sausage log in my mouth so fast when I come into a party, you know, it gets there, it looks so good. And then you got the chip bowl. And the thing about the chip bowl is it comes with these 2 dip bowls. And the dip bowls, you can put them in the microwave if you want to reheat something, you want to heat up a dip, and then they go on the side. Oh, my Lord and Savior has that. This is amazing because this way you go, oh, these chips go with this dip here, so you understand that they're together. Because sometimes if there's a dip nearby, you say, am I supposed to dip my chips in that dip, or is that for something else? This way there's no question, because again, I'm here to help people that don't quite get it right. Oh, I can dip this, I'll pick this up, put it in here. I know they're connected in the same color, so that's why I know. I know. I'm just doing my best. I'm here to help. So that's a chip and dip bowl, and that's so clever and smart. And then you can, if you don't put, let's say you don't finish all the dip, well then you just take the dip, put the dip bowl with the seal on it, and then put it back in the refrigerator for when you want to. I know I'm telling you, we do everything. That's the thing I love about Tupperware. Who knew that there's so much great crap here? And there is. Oh, okay. This is first of all, best holiday gift in the world. Let's say you drink a lot. He's not as exempted from this, but let's say you know a friend who borrowed your leaf blower. And they want him to get it back. What you can do is like, hey, bring my leaf blower back because I got a gift for you. You do a little wine opener and you tie it to a bottle of wine and you say, here, get off my lawn. See, and then they get it forever. This is the smartest little thing in the world. It's so simple. This goes on top of the wine. This screws down. You just keep screwing. And what happens is it screws down in the cork and then pulls the cork right back out, even through the foil. So you don't even have to pull the foil off. It just pulls it right up. It's the smartest thing. I have so many. First of all, a great stuffing stucker, because if you stuff it in a stocking, because what happens is kids don't want coal. Again, this, oh my Lord, was that me? But so then this way you don't got to have that problem, because you just stick this in it, and then you learn your kids, hey kids, guess what? Now you're going to learn how to drink and drive a tractor, because if you're 8 years old and you can't drive a tractor drunk, you're no use to the rest of the world. You got to get a skill. Okay, so this way you're going to learn a skill early like that. This is also great in the glove box, because let's say you're driving and you're parched because it's maybe the summer in hours, then you just reach back into your stash of bottles that you have and then put it in your crotch and then just do this, and then it's going to pull right back out, and then you can start drinking before the red light and the siren behind you goes off, and it's so perfect. I tell you, I love it. It's just the smartest thing ever.
And it might also come in handy on New Year's Eve.
Because sometimes people have been known to drink alcohols on New Year's Eve. And so this way, it's going to help you do that. This is a great little thing. I love it. And because it's so small, it makes a great little gift. You get a couple of them and give them to people maybe in the office. Let's say you work at the office. Let's say you work at a bank. Everybody knows people at a bank drink. You know, you do this for where you need them. And that's what I think is so nice. It's smart. I'll tell you. There's, like I said, there's a solution for every damn thing. A lot of people think Tupperware is just bowls. It's not. It's grown so much into so many different things from back in the day when all it was bowls that your grandmama had, you know?
Now, I paid remarkable attention to the stuff you had on stage, because I know what most of the stuff is. This is not the right thing. Where's the little miniature, you had the little mini thing you could put around your neck or whatever?
Which one?
The little miniature ball. Didn't you have a little miniature ball?
I have a little miniature ball that looks like that.
You can put something in it.
Like this little shape right here. Look,
there
right
it
up
is.
Here. Look. This is the mini keychain version of the big version of this. So when you was a kid, you would take this ball and you would open it up and the shapes are in it, and then you take the shapes and then you put each shape back in the appropriate hole. Now, if you got a friend come over from the truck stop and you're drinking, you can do this as a sobriety test, and this way you know if he's going to stay in your trailer overnight and do that thing again with his leg. That's so good. But then also we got the little mini one that's a keychain. Oh my Lord, shut up! That's so cute. Which you can hang from your keychain, and then you can practice different techniques of whatever you're going to practice with the ball. I don't know what that could be, but
now does that open up?
No, this one doesn't open up. It's glued together because we know it would make ADD people really crazy, and then so it's just fun to have them try to go and get the shape out. It's just not. Isn't it the cutest little thing in the world? I love it. It makes me smile. So you know,
now does Tupperware make that, or did you just have it?
Of course, Tupperware makes that. Do you think another company would make a Tupperware product sitting on an anything? Yes, this is Tupperware, and this is Tupperware, and a lot of people don't even realize that this is Tupperware. It's our most internationally recognizable piece of Tupperware, and people don't get it. They think it's Fisher-Price, and it's always been Tupperware. And everybody I know had one of these when they were a kid, or knows somebody that has one. That every time in the program I say, "Hey, who knows what this is?" Every hand goes up. They're like, "Oh, I remember that. I remember that." And I remember playing with one when I was little, but I had no idea it was Tupperware. I did not know. It just, you learn about it. That's what happens. I didn't know, in most of this, I didn't realize it was supposed to be for the kitchen. I had some of my favorite pieces in the bedroom. My Reverend walks in and goes, what's all that Tupperware doing under your bed? And I said, why are you in the bedroom? It's not Thursday. Whatever. But he was like, this is supposed to be for the kitchen. And so I took it out and I cleaned it all up and I put it in the kitchen. I said, my Lord, this is some of the best crap I've ever seen in my life. And that's when I knew you could use it for multiple uses, because I was using some of this stuff in the bedroom long before I ever put it in the kitchen. That's what I do.
Now, before we wrap up,
Tell me.
talk about the show in Des Moines, where it is, where folks can.
I'm at the Temple Theater
time?
through the 7th of January, so 3.5 more weeks I'm going to be here. So through the holidays, so if, let's say your in-laws are coming in town, you don't really care for them, and you're like, oh, what am I going to do to get out of talking to my in-laws for a whole afternoon? Bring them to the show. And so we're going to have a good time, everybody's going to giggle, and then they can get some food storage solutions if they want to. And, I'm going to be here at the Temple Theater for the Performing Arts right down on Locust Street here in the middle of downtown, and it's a great opportunity to come. You can get some lunch or dinner down at one of the restaurants nearby, some gorgeous restaurants, and then you can have a cocktail, come up and see the party, and have yourself a good time. It's a good holiday time.
Is it 7 days a week?
It's 6 days a week, so it's Tuesday through Sunday. So Monday's my day off that I get to just sit in a bathtub and just, take a bottle of wine. But it's going to be Tuesday through Sunday, so we got we shows every single day, 2 shows on Saturday. So
The weekday shows are what?
Every night, 7:30.
7:30, and then you said 2 shows on Saturday.
And then on Saturday we got a 5 o'clock and an 8 p.m. and then again we got a 2 o'clock on Sunday in the afternoon, so people can go to church and then they can come and then they can start sinning again and get ready for next week for forgiveness. So that's what I like about it. So there's plenty of opportunities. And it's a great little thing to bring some friends. This is the kind of show that it's because it's fun. People always laugh more when you're with friends. You can share the experience and everything. So people are coming with like 2, 3, 4 of their friends. They might come with a boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband or wife, and then bring some neighbor friends with them. And so it's been a great bunch of groups have been coming. A lot of office parties have been coming too, which is always amazing because then it gives you something to share about in the office. Remember when we did that thing, like that? That's fun. That's what I love about it, because people an opportunity to do something together at the holidays, and the holidays are about togetherness. So you might as well do it.
Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
You were so sweet. Thank you for taking some time with me today.
I've seen the show a few times, and it's hilarious.
You make me tingle down to my Jesus place.
And then you also do the bull show.
I have another show. My other show is called Never Wear a Tube Top While Riding a Mechanical Bull, and 16 other things I learned while I was drinking last Thursday. And so that I started in 2014, and then sometimes we put that in tandem with this show. So I'll do that show, then I'll do this show in certain cities, and that show in certain cities. So we're going back and forth. So 2 years ago I was here with that show and having a blast. Everybody was so neighborly coming to that program. And then it went so well, they said, you know what? We're getting all these people that want to see Tupperware that have never seen it. I said, but I've already been here 3 damn times with the Tupperware party. They said, well, come on back. We're going to do it again. So they brought me back and to do it again. So that's why I'm here.
Okay.
It makes me smile.
Well, thank you so very much.
Give me some sugar. Come over here now. You were so sweet. Oh, my Lord. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I appreciate that.